Everyone remembers OJ. If you grew up watching Tahidi High, chances are you wanted to dress and talk like him.
What's up, ladies? How you doing? Godza, what's this I scare? You guys, you study Mbaka 4. Now that's a whole lot of crap, yani.
For girls, maybe even date him. He was not just another TV character. For years, he was Tahidi High.
Skizeni, Mdosi ameingia. And until I leave this class, sitaki kusikia stories za ujinga, za upuzi, za umama, ma za ubaba.
But the moment he walked off that Citizen TV set, something changed. So, what actually happened to OJ? Everything you think you know is only half the story. Stick around till the end of this video. We are breaking down the battles he fought off the screen and the controversy that has got Kenyans talking about him again. Before we get into what happened to OJ, we need to go back to the place where the story really began. Back when TikTok or Instagram Reels did not exist, Kenya had one show that could bring an entire household to a standstill. Tahidi High. And in a cast filled with talented characters, there was one who did not just stand out. He owned the school, OJ.
Let me introduce you to Oscar Ojiambo, or OJ to you youngsters.
Oscar Ojiambo was not the model student. Either was he the teacher's favorite. And discipline? Let us just say, OJ and the school rules were really on speaking terms. He broke rules, he talked back, he got into trouble, and somehow, just when you thought he had finally gone too far, you wanted to see what he would do next.
Falaini mandomu nauza. Wazee umoshi unajua hata mimi sifanyangi vitu kaa hizo. Unaona mimi ni mjinga sana, si ndio? Ujesi nimeona mkikaunti hizo mandomu. Dakani kurarue.
That is what made OJ different. You did not have to like what he was doing. You just could not stop watching him. Behind the character was Dennis Mugo, a young actor who had managed to turn OJ from a fictional troublemaker into one of the most recognizable characters on Kenyan television.
I have everything up here. Up if you see. And in case in Leme, I have tattoos all over my chest and my arms. Nakwambia around in prison break.
And then there was Tanya, played by Sarah Hassan. Their relationship was not just another storyline on the show. For the audience, it felt personal.
Are you in pain?
It's just that you have the strength of 10 women.
You mean I could easily give Leila Ali compare?
Exactly.
How's that for practice?
Better.
Every argument, every breakup, every reunion, fans were not watching from the outside. They were invested. It was the kind of TV show that made people argue about fictional characters as if they were real people living next door. But here is the interesting part. While everyone was watching OJ, there was another young actor quietly building his own path right alongside him, Abel Mutua. Years later, their paths will diverge in ways that would shock everyone. Nobody watching Tahidi High back then could have predicted how. When his storyline at Tahidi High eventually wrapped up, everyone assumed the same thing. This is just the beginning for Dennis Mugo. If he could become this famous playing a high schooler, what would happen once he stepped into adult roles? The answer surprised almost everyone. Instead of chasing television full-time, Dennis walked away from the spotlight. He moved into advertising and also working behind the scenes as a creative director. Later, OJ joined the Embu County government, where he helped develop young talents across the region. He also built a low-key career as an MC and karaoke host. As such, he stayed active in entertainment circles without ever chasing the cameras. To the outside world, it looked like a clean, successful reinvention. Then, years after leaving Tahidi High behind, something unexpected happened. He came back again. Not as OJ the rebellious student, but as a teacher, mentoring the next generation of young actors on the very show that made him famous.
Have you ever seen the devil praying? Go to hell. Get him. Yeah.
It felt almost poetic. The rebel had become the mentor. Fans loved the nostalgia. From the outside, it looked like everything had worked out exactly the way a comeback story should. But behind that smile, a very different chapter was already unfolding. Here is something most fans never realized. The hardest chapter of Dennis Mugo's life did not happen while he was famous. It happened after. Try to imagine it. Going from one of the most recognizable faces in the country to suddenly feeling almost invisible. Dennis has spoken openly about how devastating that shift really was. He has admitted he fell into depression. Alcohol became an escape. Smoking became a habit he leaned on. Money got tighter. Eventually, the mother of his son left the relationship entirely. And once the public knew, everything changed. Every appearance became a headline. Every video clip sparked concern. Was he okay? Was he struggling again? That is the cruel part about fame in the social media age. Even when the cameras officially leave, the audience never really stops watching. Which brings us to exactly what happened in August 2026. In mid-2026, another video of Dennis Mugo started circulating online. Without his knowledge, someone recorded him enjoying a drink at a local establishment. Within hours, it was everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, WhatsApp groups, entertainment blogs. Almost instantly, the same old narrative returned. People questioned his lifestyle, his finance, mental health, and more. Some acted like they already knew the entire story from a few seconds of the video. But this time, Dennis was not willing to stay silent. He fired back on Facebook and Instagram. He accused several media houses of recycling old footage and twisting ordinary moments into sensational headlines. He also argued that it was wrong to turn his personal life into content. His argument was simple. Having a drink with friends is not a crime. Living your life should not automatically become breaking news. And perhaps the most odd thing about the entire response was the ending. Instead of sounding defeated, he responded with humor, the same confidence and the same swagger that made Kenya fall in love with OJ all those years. Dennis Mugo's story isn't simply about fame. It's about what happens after the applause fades. Some stars disappear, some reinvent themselves, some fight battles the public never fully understands, and some keep finding themselves back in the headlines. Whether you remember him as the rebellious student from Tahidi High, or you have only discovered his story through the latest controversy, there's one thing almost everybody agrees on. OJ remains one of the most unforgettable characters Kenyan television has ever produced.
Okay, first you want to say I'm sorry. Nini, shish, Tulia. I know you want to kill someone, but that's not me. Okay, in fact, I know who you want to kill.
This had better be very good.
Very good. Kellen. Yep. Kellen overheard two chicks talking in the bathroom. One of them was feeling nauseated. The other was actually throwing up.
If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe and tell us in the comments what's your favorite OJ moment from Tahidi High. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.